Yeah, I've gotten a few mails within the last day or two, so I thought I'd address it here because obviously this person isn't getting it. They're not a part of this path. They just show up in my inbox and want to have all these dialogues and then get rude. So let me address it. Okay, I'm going to read their mail. It starts out first, not sure where I'm at. It said no feeling, not sure where I'm at. For one, you say trust, and on the other hand, it's like you can do this. But what can you do with no feeling? After all, we're still living in this world, and that means you gotta do stuff. So my answer to him was, no matter what, you're compelled to do what needs to be done. No feeling is an attitude. It has nothing to do with whether or not one can do what needs to be done in life. Okay, so I gave him a genuine answer. He comes back. And what needs to be done then? We all gotta live somehow, and it's good as long as there is some respect going with that and some sort of communication. The thing is, it's just getting in a territory regarding some things for me here, what time got meet purpose, and that somehow has to do with heart and soul. And since we are so split here, I try to be the way that brings this all together. And I told him, I answered back, you take things one step at a time, one day at a time, one moment at a time, one breath at a time. Okay, basically be in the moment with what's taking place. He's got his own agenda, obviously, the way he's answering. Obviously, he didn't like that answer, because then he comes back yet again for the last time. So what about this moment and being mute? You don't want to let me do anything? Who's stopping you? Who is stopping you? Sit around and get mad? Well, that's your choice. If that's your choice, that's your choice. Show me around this establishment and tell me what a funny idea it is that I want to do something. Really? I should give you advice that you want to hear and nothing else real. So you come here, you start being disrespectful. I've taken my time to answer you. You're not a part of this path. Next time, my suggestion is you go somewhere and you pay for advice, and then maybe you'd listen to it. So the other part of the last sentence is, how about being present in something with purpose and place? Look, I've already said, you said you have no feeling. So if you have no feeling, how are you going to conjure up purpose and place? So again, the advice stands. You do things that you're going to be compelled to do something. You can't just sit there and give a rat's ass if you don't have any feeling and you don't want to do anything. You can either sit there and starve, or you get up off your ass and you go what you need to do in life. Okay, that's it, bottom line. Sorry to be so blunt, but that's the reality of living in this world. I don't care how much you don't have a feeling that you don't want to do anything. The truth is, if you don't, you're going to sit there and starve. Nobody's going to come along and hand feed you like a little bird. Okay, that's not going to happen. You know? And if you want to come here and you want to continue to try to screw with me, I'm going to tell you, I'll give you something to do. Go screw yourself. Okay? Really? It's come to that point. Sorry to be so blunt. Go fuck yourself. I mean, because you're playing games with yourself, and you're trying to play games with here. Okay? So anyway, this person has been blocked. Don't send me any more emails. Obviously, you don't want an answer. You want to sit there and play games. I don't have time for games. Okay? I didn't seek you out. I didn't ask for you to send me mail. I didn't ask you to show up here. So that's the response. Sorry if it's blunt, but obviously you don't hear anything unless it's very blunt. So again, if somebody, some parts of the path, yeah, you have a point where there is no feeling. And I don't think it's what this guy is talking about. I think he's talking more about he's just basically more or less bored with life and just not taking any kind of, initiative to do anything. And wants to have a way out and wants to be soothed and coddled and told a story about it that's going to make it better. Well, I'm sorry, there is no smooth coddling story that I can give him. So, yeah, there are some places that one can come on the path. And it's worse than feeling not feeling like doing anything. It's feeling like you're absolutely dead. That still doesn't preclude your having to get up and do what you need to do in the world. That's a fact of life here. So on this path, we deal with facts. I don't deal with fantasy. I don't deal with your the poor mommy syndromes, whatever, that you've got going on. I mean, the fact is, in this world, you have to get up and you have to do what needs to be done. And if you're not going to do that, eventually you will be compelled to. Okay? You can try running the game with your mommy or your friends and get them to do everything for you for a time, but it's going to get old. And eventually they'll dump you on your ass out in the street, and then you're going to find that you have to do for yourself, feeling or no feeling. So again, the advice here is you take things one step at a time, you be in the moment, and you do what needs to be done. And this cycle will also pass. People can sit there and stay in a grand funk if they want. They can talk themselves into a grand funk. Or you can talk yourself out. You put yourself in the funk, you can also take yourself out. It's your own choice. It's your own choice. Nobody can do it for you. There's no magic wand and magic pill that any teacher, aid can give you. It's your life. You're the one that has to put it into motion or not. Again, any teacher, I don't care who it is, I don't care how much money you pay for it or you don't pay for it. It's the same thing. All that can be done is advice can be given. Okay. If there is an attachment with a teacher, yes, there can be Shakti that takes place and happens to aid in breaking down walls and stuff. But again, that's a very difficult path to take. It's not it's not a fun path. And you've got to be strong enough to deal with that. So anyway, that is my word to this person that says they have no feeling and they want somebody to, pat them on the back, feel sorry for them and give them something that nobody can give them. Okay. But again, people that want to come here, it would behoove you, it would be nice if you can ask a question, if you could have my time rather than just assuming it and then getting pissy when you don't get the answer that you want to hear. Okay. So we will leave it at that. I hope everyone on the path is having a great day. And I wish everyone well. Namaste. Bye.